watch daily videos and ace your GRE preparation. Don't forget to click on the bell icon and subscribe to the channel.
Hi everyone, this is Aishwarya once again and welcome to the channel. So in this video, we are going to again learn some very important vocabulary words that are going to be good for you for any exam that you are giving, and in general also it's going to enhance your vocabulary. Okay, so today's session we are going to learn 4 new words. I hope all of you guys are learning these words every day, and people who are not using these words in sentences and commenting below, it's a very good practice to do that, because that's how you are going to be comfortable and confident about using these words. So just ensure that at the end of the video you do write these words and use these words in sentences and put down in the comment section below. Now let's begin with today's word for the day. So today we are going to talk about 4 words, okay, 4 to 5 words in fact. Okay, so 5 words, and there'll be a lot of synonyms and antonyms of all of these words. So again, sit down with a pen and paper. I think all of you should keep one diary or a book handy, and this will help you to actually make your own vocabulary book. Okay, so as you're watching the video, learning these words and noting down in one book, so at the end of whenever you're preparing for your exams, that's going to be one book which you have to just keep in mind, and that's going to be your own self-made vocabulary book. Okay, now 5 words that we are going to learn today is verbose, voluble, taciturn, eloquent, and reticent. Okay, so these are the 5 words that we're going to learn. Okay, now all of these 5 words are related to speech. Okay, how you speak, and what are the qualities like while you speak and the way you speak and all of these things. So let's go in depth and understand each of the meanings of all of these words and some synonyms and antonyms as well. Okay, so the first word is verbose. Okay, now verbose means you unnecessarily use a lot of words, okay, that makes it look very redundant. While you are writing something or while you are speaking something, you are using a lot more words than required. Like sometimes the, for, a, and a lot of articles and prepositions unnecessary are put up, and while a person is reading it or while somebody is listening to it, it looks very odd, or you feel like, okay, now just let's move ahead. It looks very redundant and not very smooth and lucid, okay, to read and or to listen. Okay, so verbose means containing unnecessary words in speech or as well as in written form. So some of the synonyms of the word verbose is maybe garrulous, circumlocutory, circuitous, repetitive, and redundant. Okay, all of these words which I've said are listed down here so that you can check the meanings and also note down all of these words. So again, repeating synonyms would be garrulous, circumlocutory, circuitous, repetitive, and redundant. Now garrulous means a person who is talking a lot continuously on trivial matters, like the matters are not very important, and unnecessary talking a lot and using random things on topics which are not that important or necessary. Okay, now coming on to the antonyms of the word verbose, or the opposite of the word verbose, it would be succinct or laconic. Okay, now succinct is very concisely you are speaking or you are writing. In your writing or in your speech, you are very concise, crisp, and clear. Okay, so succinct and laconic. Laconic is again using very few words. So these are the antonyms or the opposites of the word verbose. Okay, now moving ahead, next word that you have is voluble. Okay, now verbose is used in a negative connotation. Okay, like you should not be verbose, but when I talk about voluble, it is used in a positive connotation. Okay, now voluble means you are talking very fluently and readily and incessantly. Okay, incessantly means without stopping, so your speech is very fluent and you are talking very smoothly in a clear and understandable language. Okay, so now if you are voluble, so the synonyms would be articulate. Okay, your speech is very articulate, to the point, people love to hear you. That means that's how you are being voluble, articulate, communicative. Okay, and the opposites or the synonyms of the word voluble would be taciturn and uncommunicative. Okay, we'll come to know more about what does taciturn means and what is synonyms and antonyms. Uncommunicative, you're not talking much, you are very reserved kind of a person, so those are the synonyms. So voluble in a positive connotation, and verbose is used in a negative connotation. Okay, so voluble is good, like if you're voluble, that's good because you're talking fluently, and you are talking incessantly, or you are very articulate, you are a good speaker. Okay, moving ahead, the next word that we have is taciturn. Okay, now there are two words, one is taciturn and the other one is reticent. Okay, now both of these words means you are using very few words, so you're not talkative. Okay, in short, you're not talkative. The general meaning of both the words is not talking much, reticent and taciturn. But there is a slight difference between these two words. Now, if I have to say a person is a taciturn, okay, so he doesn't speak much, and that looks very unfriendly. Like, you're not speaking much, like you know it, but you're not speaking much. Okay, so when you are in a surrounding, when you are in a social gathering or something, like, you might know about something, but you just don't want to speak. So that might look a little unfriendly because you know, but you don't want to speak. Okay, so that is a person who is a taciturn, who is tight-lipped, unsociable. These are the synonyms of the word, like tight-lipped, unsociable, secretive, unresponsive. Okay, now when I have to talk to you about antonyms of the word, so it's going to be obviously opposite, talkative or loquacious. Okay, so now loquacious is another word, like you keep on talking a lot. Loquacious is again used in a negative connotation, like talking again on trivial matters, not in a positive connotation. There is a word called as eloquent, which we learn, which means you're a good speaker in a positive connotation. But loquacious, talkative, all of these, like unnecessarily talking, so that comes in a negative connotation. So again, taciturn, you know something but you are not speaking, so that looks very unfriendly or unsociable. You are tight-lipped and you are unresponsive, and antonyms are talkative and loquacious, talking unnecessarily, going on and on and on. Okay, now moving ahead, the other word is eloquent. Okay, so eloquent is again similar to voluble, very fluent and pervasive in speaking, like you are very persuasive, expressive, like while you are speaking, if you are an eloquent speaker, then the audience is going to get persuaded by you, like you're going to influence the audience. You are a very smooth talker or a glib talker. So if another word for smooth talker is glib talker, glib. So while you are using day-to-day language, instead of using like what a glib talker the person is, what an eloquent speech. Okay, so that is how you can use all of these words. So eloquent is very persuasive and expressive, potent. Okay, another synonym for the word eloquent is potent and glib. Okay, now coming to the antonyms or the opposites of the word eloquent, it's inarticulate, unclear, and indistinct or incomprehensible. So comprehensible means understandable, and incomprehensible, I cannot understand what you're speaking. Okay, so those are the antonyms of the word eloquent. Now the last word for this video is reticent. Okay, now I spoke to you about a word taciturn, which means that you know something and you're not speaking. Now reticent is not revealing one's thoughts or feelings readily, like you're not able to do that. You are very reserved. Okay, so you are very reserved, that is why you're not revealing your thoughts, or like you are kind of an introvert person, you don't want to open up. So that is the difference between taciturn and reticent. You are very reserved, withdrawn, or you are inhibited. What do you mean by inhibited is again a synonym. Inhibited means you lack confidence to speak up. Okay, you're not very confident when you're speaking up. So inhibited, reserved, diffident. Okay, diffident. Diffident also means very reserved, withdrawn, don't want to open up. And the antonyms of the word reticent will be expansive or garrulous. Again, keep on talking and talking. Okay, now the conclusion that you take from all of like today's video is you use words like eloquent, voluble, and articulate, or maybe persuasive, glib talker. All of these words are used in positive connotation. And when I talk about, like, who's a good speaker, so you use these words eloquent, voluble, articulate, glib. And when I talk about negative connotation, like, not a bad speaker, like people don't want to hear you or listen to you, then the words are like loquacious, garrulous. You're talking and talking on trivial matters, not interesting matters, or verbose, using same repetitive words, being very redundant. So verbose, loquacious, garrulous, all of these are used in negative connotation when we talk about speaking. And then we learned about taciturn and reticent. So taciturn is a person who is, like, very doesn't want to speak up, and that makes him sound very unfriendly, whereas reticent is a person who is withdrawn and inhibited, like, he's not able to open up. Okay, so this was all for today's lecture. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The task for you guys today is use all of these 5 words in a sentence and drop down in the comment section below, and keep learning. There is a bell icon there. If you click on that, then you will get notification for all the new videos that are there. All the best, and do like, share, and subscribe the video. Bye bye.